Well, hello there, Augiesaint Kenobi coming at you with a guide on inversion reinforcements. Yes, we are now a Jedi today, so welcome in, my fellow Jedis / Descendants. We are going to cover the inversion reinforcement, basically this new system that has been added in Season 1 to give us a little bit of extra power, but with a negative as well. However, this is being changed next week. We're going to be getting a hotfix / update that is going to take away the negatives, unless, you know, they translated that incorrect. But I did do a video on this earlier today. Go check that out on the channel, covering the update where this is going to be changed. So then coming next week, these should all be much more useful, as right now the negatives don't really outweigh the positives on most of these, and I'm only really going to unlock them to get the passive. So I'm going to explain to you guys how this all works, how you can unlock it, how you can get all this XP to level up and just get all the perks ready for when they do changes next week, and it actually becomes a lot stronger, because then obviously we won't have the negatives. So all of this will be pretty useful then. So without further ado, let's hop straight into it. Now, when you start up the season, you should have a quest from the guide or alpha. I can't remember who it starts with, but it'll be a big quest on your screen. As you see, I still have it right now called Inversion, as I haven't finished it yet. We can't finish it on the first day. It takes about 3 days to get to the next part, and then we'll see after Invasion what I have to do then. But you have to do a couple of steps in the quest to unlock the invasion system. So you got to go do the dungeon, you got to go do a special operation, I believe in White Knight Gulch. Just follow the quest line. It's very easy to follow along, and then you'll get to the point where you actually finally unlock this. You open your inventory, it will be over there, Inversion Reinforcements. Now you can reset this at any time, free of cost. So this is what yours will look like from the beginning. I believe you start with 1, maybe 2 points, and you can unlock these all. And you see there, so 1 will unlock this row over here, 3, like you have to choose 3, any perks will unlock the next row, and then 5 of any of these perks will unlock the next row over here. And then once you actually have all 4 of these, you'll unlock the last one, and this becomes a passive that you permanently get. So you could technically get all 5 of these passives, as we have an image of here from EasyTub over on my Twitch chat. So shout out to you, Easy. Thank you for grinding it out. He has already grinded his out. He is level 10 and he has the passive. So you have to get all 4 nodes in there. You can get the passive, but like we showed you just before, you can reset the thing at any time to like get a different one. So if you started on like a bad tree or something, you can actually reset. And then next week, the negatives of these should also be gone. So these could be a lot more useful. But the order I would suggest unlocking these passives would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're gonna get the first 2, and then you start at the bottom going up. Reason being, these are just the best. This one has basically a 4.1 damage reduction, and that's a passive you will get to keep permanently all the time. You just have to unlock this. So I'm going to show you guys how to unlock this. Now remember, you do need to have all 4 in the same line to get the passive, so we need to go there. That unlocked all of those. Now put another point in. Now we actually need another point to unlock the next tree, so you can put it anywhere. I'm going to put it there for now for demonstration. Now we actually need 5 points to unlock this, so that means 5 points in total. So again, just anything in the tree, and there we go, we have unlocked it. But now there's a little bit of a plot twist. This one actually costs 3 points to unlock, and as you can see, I only have 1 point remaining. How you get these points now, I can tell you guys, you need this invasion reinforcement XP. This does go up as well every level, so every level you go up, it's going to be more XP to get a point. So you will need quite a few points, and like you will need to grind out quite a bit to get these. Also, one thing before I show you how to get these are passives that you can activate. You can have up to 3 of any of these passive active at any time, and these you can have all of them up all at once. You just need to obviously have all of these unlocked. So later on in the season, you will be able to get all 5 of these up at all times, and then 3 of your choice over here, which you can obviously switch between. So how you do that is you just click them like this, and they will go into this passive slot. One thing to keep note of, you cannot have multiples of the same line. So you can't have like multiples in the same line. You have to take ones from different lines. So for example, there we can have those 2 passives. Now if I wanted to get the 3rd passive, I'd have to unlock a different one over here. So let me just show you guys there, for example. So we have those 3 passives, and then if you did have this one unlocked, you would also have that passive, that passive, that passive. So it can give you quite a lot of power, especially next week when they do take away the negatives. This could be pretty good. So again, unlock 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In my opinion, obviously do with it as you will. So now let me show you guys how to actually get these points and the XP to get this. So the first thing you can do is the daily infiltrations. You got operations over there, and you see 2 zones will always be like taken over every day. Now this does change every day. You see the timer is down below. So if you go in there, you click this invasion, You get an option either do the dungeon or the invasion. You want to click on the invasion. Now you can do this twice. So each of these dungeons you can do twice a day. And yesterday I think they gave me 500 XP for doing one of them. So you can get 2000 XP from doing the daily. It might be a little bit more as it might be different, but I believe yesterday's ones gave me 500 each. So we'll have to see when we actually do these today on stream. But for now, this is the daily, so you can do these 4 times, twice on that one, twice on that one, and then once you do that, that's it. So make sure you are doing these every day for that XP. I know, unfortunately, we got some dailies now. I'm not a big fan of dailies, but we'll see how they nerf and change all this stuff going forward. So that's how you get a big chunk there every day. And then the other way that you can get this is actually through like map completion. So each map has these ironheart particles collected. You see there's 10 out of 10. I've done all the objectives here. Each time you complete one of these, you will get 450 ironheart particles. That's basically the same as doing one invasion. So let me give you guys a quick rundown of what to do. So the battlefield missions, this can be pretty much any single mission on the map except for outposts, void fragments, and fusion reactors. This does also count for the duty of the Descendant, which you can complete, and that will give you quite a few of these things. So what I usually like to do is just run 10 of those, getting the score, you know, farming up amorphous materials. And in the process, you also get a ton of XP from these now. So you'll be getting XP, materials, all kinds of stuff from there. And then at the same time, you will be completing this as well. So you'll be getting the missions completed. You'll be getting the commanders completed, because the commander is the last guy at the end as well. If you want to farm commanders on the map, the commanders are from the void fragments. So you see eliminate enemy commanders. You can go there and kill commanders that way. And also one thing with the void fragments, now you don't have to have void shards to actually spawn the bosses. So you could go sit there and just spam spawn the boss over and over and kill the boss. And you don't even have to open the reactor anymore. So you do not need the void shards. You can just straight up open the boss. If you are missing like one commander maybe, if you finish doing your dungeon grounds, you can go there and complete it that way. But like I said, I just run the duties to get the amorphous materials, so then go crack open for stuff. And then we have elites. Now elites are the enemies with the yellow health bars, not the commanders. The commanders are the ones with like multiple health bars at the end of the mission dungeons and also at the void fusion reactors. So the elites you can pretty much find anywhere. Sometimes in the dungeons that I suggested doing earlier, the Descendant duty or the Descendant thingies, you can actually find elites as well. As you see there, we got one in the 2 different dungeons we ran. And then champions, now these are the enemies with the orange health bars. It can be any enemy, because pretty much any enemy can be promoted to a champion. And I believe when a champion dies, there's like a short little time limit before another one gets promoted technically. So if you kill a little bit slower sometimes on missions, there's actually more chance of you killing the champions. Now the best way to get this one, there's actually no real best way except for finding maybe a mission that has a quick respawn rate and stuff where you can just kill a lot of enemies fast, like any extermination missions or even in the dungeons. I believe these 7 I got just from the dungeon itself, and maybe kill a little bit slower. When you find a specific mission like exterminate mission that's really quick to complete, maybe kill it a little bit slower so the enemies have chance to actually spawn into these champions instead of, you know, just running through. Because what I did on my bunny is I would just not run super fast. I would just like walk and jump slowly through the mission. But it is mostly just RNG. So just understanding which enemies are these could help you out. So if you see like a lot of them spawning, it is the enemies with the orange names. Their names will become orange. So it could be any enemy. The name will just be orange. And they usually have like some kind of a weird effect. So like when you shoot them, they shoot out those AoEs or they explode or something like that. But not always do they have those effects, but they will always have a orange name. And then moving on, we have the view void fragment. Attack electric void fragment in the Agna Desert. So you can open any of these electric ones. You don't actually have to complete it. You can literally run past and hit it and abort the mission, and there you go, you will have that one instantly completed. Clear a void fusion reactor in the desert, so you have to go kill one of the commanders from these void fusion reactors. So just go there, open it up, kill him, and you'll have that one done. And then clear an outpost. You guys know these are super simple. Just hop into the map, go clear out any strategic outpost on Sharon or not Sharon, doesn't matter. As long as you complete one, you will have that one done over there. Clear an infiltration operation. So again, you just need to go and do these. These are basically the best thing to go and do. I would honestly just go farm these out in every zone, you know, farm out, do your daily, like what you would usually go farm out for your energy activators, your catalysts, or whatever weapon or descent or anything you are trying to farm out from the amorphous materials. Farm those out, as it pretty much just completes everything anyway. And then we got to have resource boxes. Destroy resource boxes in Agna Desert. So these can also be found in those duties. They're a little bit less common, but you can still find them in there. Just, you know, go open resource boxes. Then we have view gas tanks, destroy gas tanks. So those are the red, you know, like the red gas tanks. You shoot them and they explode. Super easy to complete on Bunny, as you pretty much just auto complete as you're killing them whenever you're doing your double jump. I think I got all of these from the 2 duties I ran. I just ran 2 duties yesterday, testing all the different zones, updating my TFT Bible. And that's how we got all these. I haven't even been to the zone. This was all just from me doing 2 of the duty of the Descendants. That's why I recommend the best way to do it is just go and farm out your duties. And obviously you do need to come here and then do the strategic outpost. That's about it. And like the void fusion reactor and completing that. but the rest of it can pretty much be completed from the dungeons. So that is everything I have to show for you guys there. And the champion one, this is like the biggest, or gonna be the hardest one in all the zones, but understanding which enemies are the champions and how they like slowly spawn in, now you can maybe go out there and have a better chance at actually getting all these completed. But it's not that bad overall. Every mission usually has between 1 and 3 champions spawn at base if you don't kill them super fast. So you will eventually get it by just completing out missions and playing the game. And then next week, when they change the negatives and actually take them away, I'll do an updated video just to give you guys my thoughts on what are the best, perks to use and in what situations and stuff like that, as I'm not going to redo the video on how to get all the points and everything. Everything should still remain the same on how to get the points and how to actually complete the zones and stuff. So the update video will just be about choosing the right perks and like what the best perk is for the best situation. That's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, please drop a like and a sub to the channel. Helps me out so much, and I'll catch you beautiful people in the streams as well as the next video. Augiesaint.
Run free and dive into the sky. Hear the